could come out. Hi, hello. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I am Sagarika. Thank you for being here, and I hope you guys are doing great. And Happy New Year. My morning started on such a good note. There are some dogs outside my window, and they're such cuties. That's a good morning indeed. Anyway, so I have been sick. I got sick right after Christmas and did not expect my new year to start on sick note. But I'm gonna think of it as my body going through a detox for the new year. I think many of us are going through this sick phase. Even my family went through it and some of my friends. Anyway, let's start a day. I have not done any sort of workout in the past week. We're gonna start with some yoga. My body needs a good stretch, so let's go. Oh, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm short on storage and I don't know how much I'm gonna film today. I don't know why, but even after making space, it doesn't settle until the next day. If anyone knows, let me know. So, I've not done any planning for 2026 given I was sick, but we're starting today. I've already been through Pinterest and saved some photos for my vision board. I have also journaled a bit in the morning, brain dumped everything, and now I'm gonna reflect on 2025. I wish I didn't have the storage issue, otherwise, I would have done it all today and wouldn't have to wait for another day to film everything and plan everything. But you can't control everything, and that's the lesson I'm going to be taking with myself in 2026, because last year I feel like nothing was in my control. I'll share more about it later, but for now, let's reflect on 2025. As soon as the sun was set, Coco didn't want to stay even a second longer, so we came down. I didn't get to complete my reflections, so we're gonna do it now. I've already eaten. I made some fried rice, and now I'm gonna cozy up in bed and finish the rest of the reflection. I just coughed my lungs out. Okay, so there's about 4 GB storage left, so I think we're gonna have to continue it tomorrow when it settles, and I will film as much as I can with whatever storage I have left. Now let's get back to reflecting. Hello again. I spent yesterday making my vision board and setting up my bullet journal, goals, and everything. And I'll talk about them in a minute. But first, let's talk 2025. I had a good amount of goals, and only a couple were achieved. Reading 30 to 40 books and starting Bhagavad Gita. Also, no phone in the bathroom. I did accomplish that by the end of the year, so yay. I wanted to be an early riser. I was sometimes, but I also slept in when I was staying up till 3 a.m. in the morning. And I've spent many days visiting hospitals this year, either for myself or for Coco. And that put a hold on so many things. One of them is working out. I couldn't work out for most part of the year because of my wrist pain. The doctor said it was ligament strain, but then a few months later, when the pain wouldn't go, I went to a different doctor and he told me that it was Vatosh. I have a video on it if you want to see. I'll link it up. During those months, my only form of exercise was walking Coco, which didn't even make a dent on my goal. I was regularly exercising in November and December until I got sick, and I started recently again. I have a few other complaints, but that's between me and the God. And now it's time for 2025 highlights. It wasn't all bad. First of all, I started 2025 a bit differently. I am a stay at home person, but I attended to New Year's party, and I'm not gonna do that again. It's just not my cup of tea. Maybe something subtle, but yeah. And I ended my year with 350 subscribers, so thank you all for that. I also visited Bichli Mahadev and Sisu this year, and both are special for specific reasons, and all the fantasy books I read and a few from other genres as well. I did Vlogmas this year, and towards the end I did start to feel burnt out, but I had fun doing it, and I started Bhagavad Gita this year, and I'm so glad I did. 2025 might have been out of control ish, but I also learned many things, many valuable lessons, and I'm just grateful for whatever it has given me, even if it's not something I'd appreciate, and I'm sure in future will make sense. And now for 2026, I don't have many goals, just a few and a couple of repeats from last year. My intention for the new year is to work with God, hence the cover page. Krishna's hands playing flute and peacock feathers. And also, I have a quote from Bhagavad Gita on my vision board. It says, "If God is with you, it shouldn't matter who is against you." And I want that as my reminder for the rest of the year. So, my first goal is to read 30 to 40 books. It's the same as last year. Next goal is to practice stillness. I want to have calm mind at all times. I've heard it makes the best decisions. Next is overall health. I want to create better routines. I want to indulge in hobbies instead of scrolling. I am not on Instagram, and that's the best decision of my life. But I sometimes scroll on YouTube, and that's not the way I want my 2026 to go. So, hobbies like dancing and painting, something that'll make me focus on the present. Next is to read Bhagavad Gita and meditate in the morning instead of right before sleeping. Next, I want to get my channel monetized, and I hope you guys would help me out with that. If everything goes right, I want to buy a camera, or just upgrade my phone with extra storage so I don't have to face the storage issue every time I film. I have two more goals, but I'm going to keep them with me for now. And vision board. On my vision board, I have some self care stuff, some hobbies, dancing, painting, and I have a picture of cooking and baking. I know how to cook, but I don't like to cook. But I want to change that this year. I want to try cooking more. There are YouTube related photos and books. I also have a picture of photos. I remember my father using film camera, and I want to use that this year. Since I don't have much storage on my phone, I don't take many pictures. It's all full of content videos, so I want to click more pictures with that camera. I think it's still gonna work. I'll show you. So this is it. I'm gonna have to buy film for it, but I think it's gonna work. And it seems like a lot of photos on my vision board, but if you expand all the goals, it all makes sense. At least it makes sense to me. So I think I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I hope this year is everything you needed to be. And if you'd like, please share your dreams, your goals down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.